Hello everybody, welcome. It's Nat One playing Witchlight. I've got a cold, so if I screw up any voices, then you know why. But also, anyone watching, please let me know if the volume's shit, because I really need to get that sorted out. But anyway, so last we left off, we had well, we had everyone go into this carnival, right? And my golly gosh, were there
Oh,
some
golly
uh,
gosh.
were there some surprising things to be seen and witnessed in this carnival? No less than two blade throwing men, halflings, wazzing these daggers at children, and oh my god, did that start something? Um, Holland, the normal, brave little carnival guy, is like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get some blades whizzed up my head, that's fine. Did that rub some people the wrong way? So I'll just say, from everyone's perspectives, first of all, Archie's pissed that Mr. Light allowed such a deal to happen with the
Can't
hags,
believe it.
right? Archie doesn't know the full story, obviously. Goes off as a little whinge with Octavia, and Octavia's like, this place is fucking weird. Like, she doesn't know the vibe. Both of them are freaked out by this vibe. The Gleam, after being quite interested in like the performances and stuff like that, when it gets to like whizzing knives at kids, it's a bit iffy because like she has like PTSD of Glister telling her to be careful and don't trust her as a child, so she doesn't trust kids to not like wiggle or anything like that. So she thinks it's a bit dangerous for that reason. Clapperclaw fucking loves it. Holland again just thinks it's normal. Felix is like, oh, well, what did Felix think? I think Felix would just like chilling with
whatever, agrees
dodgy
with
Mo.
whoever talks to him
Yeah,
first.
literally. But it was Flopsy who had the biggest bee in his top hat. Even though I don't wear a top hat anymore, we do need to update that picture soon.
Right, get him in some stylish new clothing.
Yeah, well, Flopsy were a bit disappointed at Light and Witch, and I went and had a word with them in the big top. And if you do want to go back and watch that, it's on Twitch. It'll be on YouTube soon. And the volume is shit, so I do apologise for that. It's mainly my volume that's too low. So yeah. But basically, Flopsy's like, look, we're going. Oh yeah, and Oogle, who were waiting outside the big top for everyone when they were pissing about the big top. Oogle got really hungry, went off to the market, which is up here, Litwick Market, and just started chowing down on some old woman. So obviously, Holland and everybody went over there to sort him out. And he don't think out of it. It's just another. It's like hunting a pig for him. It's just finding something to eat. So you know they've cast slow on him. Did Flopsy. Oogle's on his way out. Archie and Octavia have already pissed off. They've gone back to
We're
Motherhorn.
going.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
you guys. We
Um,
might only briefly feature in this episode.
well, I will be doing some. I will be doing some camera swapping, but mainly just whenever I feel like it's appropriate. But yeah, so, oh yeah, if that's you, Cade, will you just let me know if the volume's okay whilst everyone's talking? Just give it a bit. But yeah, so, oh my god, my voice is terrible today. So yeah, I'm not going to do any voices correctly, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so basically everyone's trooping their way back to the campestries, the Please Forgive Me Ace All Day campestries, which are going to send back to Motherhorn. Archie and Octavia have already gone, and you're currently leading Oogle back, while Flopsy has successfully managed to convince Witch and Light to come with him and leave this carnival without a leader. So yeah, they've seen the argument and they're on their way. They do believe that it's much more important to stick with the people that you care about the most. So yeah, Flopsy, Mr. Witch, and Mr. Light sort of joined the group at the ticket booth area, where you do see that very lazy tiefling woman, Hallie, just sort of like with her boots up on the counter, and are you all just going straight back to Motherhorn?
I don't think there's a reason to stay here any longer.
Well, I personally am going to Motherhorn.
You've already gone.
Well, brilliant.
Yep, you and Octavia already went through the portal without everybody, so.
I sense Archie's already gone. She didn't want to stay here a second longer. Is everybody else ready to go? Ugle, um, Ugle actually in the
Yeah,
middle of
Ugle's already
the thing?
standing in the campestries, just sort of waiting for someone to do the spell. He doesn't look like, you know how a dog does something wrong and gets told off and then they look really guilty. He does not look guilty at all. He does have like blood all over his fur, from half eating that woman. He's just standing there very stoically, sort of waiting. Mr. Witch just looks chill, but Mr. Light kind of looks a bit like ashamed of himself as he does approach the group. And he looks around this very strange carnival. You do see like the people there, like the customers and everything. Like that some of the customers have started to form like strange like extrusions out of their backs, or like someone's eyes have got really long. But it only seems to be happening to a few of them. And he looks around and he's like, well, come on then, let's get a move on. I can't bear to be here much longer. And you can tell he don't want to really leave it behind, but he's in a rush.
Flopsy looks at his hands that are now furless and bare. Yes, I think this place is taking its toll on all of us. The quicker we go, the better. Since none of these guys know how the compestry work, Witchlight, you come with me. I'll make sure these guys in Ugle get back. You guys are going to follow right after us, aren't you?
Gleam and Glister's like they're just getting ready to come as well. But Glister keeps like poking Gleam in the belly, and you can see that like Gleam's put a bit of like weight on. It's like her buttons are stretching a little bit, and Gleam's like, yes, I don't know what's happening to me, but I would much prefer for it to not happen anymore. So she's just gonna stand in the circle and yeah, they're in there anyway. Glister's just laughing at her. No, it doesn't seem that anything's happened to Glister.
Flopsy will pack as many people in the boundary as he can.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ugle's big and it's taking up quite a bit of space.
Yeah. You all managed to get in there anyway. Skek's like, well, are we gonna get going? I don't know how to get back to the Witchlight Carnival though. Maybe there's another mirror somewhere in Motherhorn. I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
All right. So you all of you? Yeah, all of yous getting back in.
Yeah.
Nice. And you all teleport with it. And
3 spins with his shins and away we go.
Yeah, don't forget fucking dirty dodgy Mo. These two bastards are coming as well, and you travel back to. Oh goodness gracious! Travel back to ye olde Motherhorn. The Horn of Mothers. Oh shit! I've just realised that you're like all you have been deleted off this. Give me a quick second just so I can put you all back. But as you're hurtling through time and space, I don't know. Is there anything you just talk amongst yourselves a second?
Before Flopsy says the magic words, he's going to hold his clammy, unfurry hand out to hold Mr. Light's hand as they teleport.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna like copy all of you. But I'm not quite sure who's already there and who's not, so it's gonna be like duplicates. Oh, criminy. Let's have a look here. Yon.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Diddly
Diddly.
diddly. There they are, all standing in a row. Bom bom. Oh, jeez.
You know, when I look at you, Felix, I do consider that you are the kind of person to have his coconuts all in a row. Very organised.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're all massive, so I'm just going to make you the size you should be at Motherhorn. I don't know if you can see where you are at Motherhorn. But you are all there. I'm just putting you all in. Because you're all big from that other carnival. Beep-a-beep-a-beep. I'm going to put the campestries over here. Can you see yourselves? You should be
I
able
can,
to.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't see myself.
Okay, I've got you.
We're in the top left of the map, Archie, if that helps.
Mhm. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Should be fine. Everyone should be attached to their. There we go. Everyone should be attached to their tokens at least. Oh, we've got Blister, Gleam.
Well, I'll just put myself here.
Can you not see yourself?
No, but I can see that I have a token.
Alright, hang on.
I just don't have vision turned
No,
on.
no, no, I got it, I've got it, I've got it. I've got it, I'll put you on. Hang on. Archie. Now can you see?
No.
I don't know why. You should be able to.
Let me
If you can see the
refresh.
ping, this is where you're supposed to be looking, Archie, if that helps.
Well, I can see
Or
the
is it just
ping.
a-
I can't see myself there.
Oh, wow.
But I'm reloading,
So
don't worry
weird.
guys.
Okay.
I'm opening my eyes.
We appear to have some technical difficulties with Archie's iridescent eyes.
Right, it's his headache.
Right, so we've got Felix. Bloody Nora, there's a lot of people in this room. Right, Felix, Holland, Skek, Claw, everyone's accounted for. Yeah. Okay, so we've got them not there.
Oh, brilliant, I can see now.
Nice. Witchlight are there, Ooglay's there. And we're in Motherhorn, so get some Motherhorn music ricking. But anyway, y'all burst out of the little campestry circle into the room which held all of the prisoners. There we go. And it's just how you left it.
Wow. It's like we never left at all.
Mr. Light's like, oh, how ghastly. It stinks in here.
Well, it is a hag's living space.
It's giving me the willies. Mr. Witch just like raises an eyebrow at that.
Ugh.
And not in like a weird way, in like a okay, like you've been much dirtier, skankier places, so like what's your problem? Like in a confused sort of way. And Mr. Witch is like, so are any of the well, you said that you killed them all, so I guess we've got this place to ourselves.
Yeah, so far as I know. Oh god, I can't do my voices now. So far as I know, yeah.
There might be like a few goblin non-combatants. So don't kill people.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about killing anyone. I'm just thinking about where I can get a cup of tea. If there is any tea-making facilities in a hag's castle.
I don't really know if I trust the ingredients in a hag's castle, to be honest.
Do they
But-
even have a kitchen?
Well, they've got to eat, don't they?
Skags are like tea parties. She probably had some tea somewhere.
And Mr. Light's just like, we've already had some tea. How about instead we just find this magical mirror and scoot our booties back to the Witchlight Carnival?
Well, I didn't see any mirror while I was running around, I don't think. But, like, it was, you know, there were more pressing matters at hand. So, I don't know. Maybe there is one around here, but...
Let's give this place a full search.
Yeah, so you go through this door with Octavia. Octavia's like, this sounds really weird, but like, kind of, if I were gonna choose somewhere to go, out of those places, it'd probably be here.
Out of what places? Sorry.
The weird carnival we just were at.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to go back there.
Oh,
And like, you know, I know I'm being really civil right now, but I do still think those guys are like weirdos.
yeah. Yeah. She's just gonna like walk wherever anywhere you go. Is there any particular place that you're gonna go to?
Hey, let's go. Let's go this northernly direction. Oh, there's a door here.
Yeah, you go up into this door and you see that it's like a meeting room. I don't know if you didn't go in this room, did you?
No, I don't believe so.
No, you didn't. This is like a meeting room with a black curtain at the back of it. Sort of like a
Behind the
little
curtain.
stage or whatever. Yeah, if you peek behind the curtain, you pull it back, you just see like a oval shaped alcove in there. And that there's nothing else to it. Weird. You
Right.
think
This
like
is.
she gets like dressed in there or something, like it's a changing room?
Maybe. What? And then there's these chairs. Do you think like she puts on like a one-woman show where she comes out in different outfits?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
I wonder if like Al and all those people are still here.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, we better go check. I mean, Al's great. We need to see Al again.
Do you know like when you travel through those things, does it like is there a lot of time that goes by or something? I mean, I remember when I was in thither and people said whatever you do, don't go through those things because it can take a long time.
Well, I mean, I guess, but like, I mean, what is time? Um, I, I, I mean, maybe. Oh no, I hope we don't come back. Well, I hope now that we're back, we're not gonna find out that like Al's an old man and Agden's like 40.
Ew. She don't like that at all. Um so you right, okay. You guys okay. One right, okay, just real quick. Witch and Light are gonna sort of run just basically just like have a little quick look round the whole place. And then they come back and they're like, well, we found a room upstairs with like a glass cabinet in it, and a box and that, and it looks to be a bit like it's got her personal possessions there. Let me just check this room. It's got a bunch of hourglasses all over the walls, which I was very much interested in.
It sounds like a good a place as any to start. I'm not really sure what this portal is going to look like. Obviously, the one we went through was a mirror, so I assume it'll be that. If you show me to the room, I can try and have a look as well.
Yeah, it's this way. He's gonna take you, and it probably would pass Archie and Octavia as you were coming out of there. They're all gonna go up into Enderlin's main room. So that's where I'm gonna take you all. Gleam and Glister are gonna like go downstairs and sort of see what's cracking off down there.
And what about you, Felix, Holland? Are you going to look around other rooms or come with us?
It'd probably be better if we covered more ground.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. If I find anything, I can mind message. I'm not sure if the herbs that we had are still going to work, but I can message people.
Skek's
if we
like,
find anything.
yeah, I'll come with you, Flopsy. I feel like I might know it when I see it, considering I came through one of them. But I mean, when I came through the one in like the Hall of Mirrors, I came out somewhere that wasn't like a mirror or something. I don't know. I just ended up somewhere randomly. So yeah, like you said, it could be anywhere. And he's just gonna come with you, Flopsy. Clapperclaw's like, well, I'm staying with Holland, so that's what I'm gonna do. And Ooglay's just like pacing around, like he's getting a bit more hungry. He's gonna come with you guys, I guess. Ooglay's coming with you guys. So you lot all troop off to the main room. Enderlin's main room. It's very dark in here, like on purpose. So if you don't have a source of light, you're not going to be able to see much. When Holland was in here, he did have light on his cast on his mace. So as you come through, yeah, as you come through, like you would come through like this corridor here. So yeah.
Well, it's a good thing I have all of these candles that I won from Rumpus Cutie Pie. What was it called?
Yeah, Rumpus.
I think some of those candles might have been mine because I only have 5 now.
And actually, I also have 10 torches, so I'm going to give everyone. Archie considers whether she should give Mr. Witch and Mr. Light a flammable thing. He's going to give Octavia a torch, Flopsy a torch, and Skek a candle.
Okay. Skek's candle is going to be like 5 feet. Bright light.
Oh, he's just got a little candle.
Yours is 20, I think. Is it? Yeah. We'll just say it's 20, whatever, it doesn't matter. There you go. You can move around and see more shit. Floppers, you can have a torch.
Thank you.
There you go. And you... Let's have a look here. You're in Endlin's room. You were to like move a little bit in there. You'll see, well, this is gone now, whatever that was. Whatever spell was there is gone. But you do see that like there's a shitload of like wooden marionettes that hang from the ceiling. The floor's just got old play scripts like all over the floor. There are 2 alcoves, one which contains a table and the other that's got a wooden chest. And you can see a wicker basket surrounded by miniature toy birds. Loads of hourglasses all over the walls. And whenever the sand of it runs out, it just flicks around and goes again. And Mr. Witch is like, that's just incredible, that is, isn't it? Look at that. Wow. He stands and looks at them for a while. There's just like a constant hiss of sand falling. And at the end, there's like a large glass wardrobe. It has like a jade eye embedded in like the front of the top of it. And it sort of just stands there in this really wide alcove. And Mr. Light's like getting impatient, sort of tapping his foot, and he's like, well, where's the entrance then? There definitely should be one somewhere, considering.
Well, why are you like up in my face?
Oh, I do apologise. I'm sorry, I was just asking.
Right, well, like, listen, if I find a floor plan, I'll hand it to you.
He just sort of like folds his arms and looks annoyed. Meanwhile, Clapperclaw is like, well, guys, what's our team gonna do? Because I think we're gonna be the best finders in the whole of this entire castle.
Well,
Yes,
first
what
of
are
all,
we?
I just want to say Holland wouldn't have left Ooglay to go hungry.
Yeah.
It just isn't in character for him, so he would have like led him off to the kitchen. So I guess that's where we could start.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. Just try and find some food in the castle for him.
Yeah. You would have... Okay, so you guys would have followed Gleam and Glister, because they were, like, getting a bit hungry too. So you'd have come down these stairs over here. I'm going to bring Googley along, actually, so... I'm going to bring Googley along. You guys would have come down the stairs into the library, and you would have seen all the troops from before, including Al, Agden sitting in this chair over here, just sort of staring off. These goblins are like trying to bring him like books about Harengon, but then like thinking twice about it, considering they're a bit gruesome and like how to kill and eat your Harengons and all that kind of thing. And they're like trying to entertain him with books and stuff. The rest of them are just sort of like chilling, sat around. And Al's like, "Oh, you're finally back."
Oh God, finally.
Well, it's been about 10 days. You thought you weren't gone forever. We kind of just thought we'd make this our new base. Hurley's there as well.
Oh.
The Harengon are looking pretty sad because it looks like the majority of their like battalion or whatever had been sort of screwed over. The Briganox aren't there. So yeah, the Harengon lost most of their people. The Bullywugs don't care that 3 of them have gone, and all the Corrids are still alive. And just being so like, actually you can't hear because of the curtains in the way. But like the Corrids are like somewhere else, like doing something else. But yeah. Agden's looking off, but Al's like, yes, we held a small vigil. Funeral, if you will, for those we lost in the battle. But, yes, we decided to wait, just in case you came back, and here you are. But we are all here, at your service. Glister's like, fantastic! So, what I would love is I would love a cup of tea, I would love a cake, and then Glister's just like, now's not the time, Glister. And, Glister's like, oh, whatever, you're such a bore. And like goes and rifles through the books. Gleam looks concerned for Agden. So Al's like, where are the rest of you? He like looks down the corridor to see if the rest are coming down the stairs. I hope we haven't lost any more.
No, they're looking for a mirror or something. Is that what we're looking for? Holland, what are we looking for?
We're looking for like a portal or something. But yeah, everyone's alive. All we're missing is like Felix's ears, I guess. Too soon. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Al looks at your ears, Felix, and he's like, "Oh, were you in a valiant battle and lost them? What happened?"
They just fell off.
Oh. Where did you go, by the way? Sorry to be so, presumptuous to ask many questions, but I've been quite concerned about you all.
We went to this freaky place where they throw knives at children. And, yeah.
How ghastly. Gruesome.
We went through like one of them circles. It's been like, I don't know, like an hour for us.
Well, gosh darn. That is rather wild, isn't it? Well, I bet well, if it's only been an hour, then I don't think you'd be... Well, if you need me for anything, then just let me know and I'll try my best. It's just, there's not been much here. I had my own little scout around the place, and I'll say that I did find one room that had salted meats in it, and other such things. No vegetables to be found this whole entire place, which is alarming and disturbing to me. But, yeah.
Now where is that?
Oh, it's just over yonder, but I will say this. Whatever you do, don't go in that room there. And he points to that curtain. It's freaky. I went in there and I could swear they were shadows creeping along the wall, and it just gave me the willies.
Well, we need to get Oogly some food, so
Oh yes, it's this way.
Way.
He comes out onto the stage area, and he just sort of points up these stairs over here. Yes, that's the storage room, and as you can see, that he's following you up as you can see, we've made light work of cleaning off the battlefield. These aren't there anymore, like Jebek and Molliver. Molliver's body has been sort of like placed in a room that you don't know about, because it's still in gentle repose. Obviously, your death dog comes running up to you, Felix. You're gonna, yeah. It's like, with its two heads, and comes up for a stroke. And as you pop your head in here, Holland, you can see that this is a storage room full of old salted meats, sort of tough, like jerky style foods. Yeah, and he's like, there's not much, you can't exactly make a good lasagna with any of this.
Well, we're not making lasagna, we're making owlbear food, and maybe a little bit on the side for us.
Perfect. Good enough for an owlbear. Yeah, you can scramble around and find enough shit to make whatever.
Holland will just be like, like putting up some, like, I don't know, like jerky or whatever, and then like putting the chopping board in Oogly's beak and just sliding the whole thing into his mouth.
Oh god, yeah. Oogly is literally just like the happiest you've ever seen him, which is just totally blank-faced. But as you are looking around, you do find the very pristine leg of ham in there, like the kind that you'd see like sort of bolted into like a holder at like an Italian place, where you can peel off the strips of it, like dry cured ham.
Had that from Oogly.
It would keep. You can buy them off Amazon. Like, they're massive. But so can the majority of the meats in here. You can pretty much fill that bag of holding up with a lifetime supply of meats for Oogly.
Yeah.
Excellent.
A lifetime supply or a week if you clap a claw. Lesson.
Meanwhile, over in Enderlin's room, Flopsy, Mr. Light's gone over to Flopsy, and is like, I know you're all so mad at me, but can you tell her to stop being so mean? Points at Archie.
Yes, there's no need for it. Hold this for a second, so you and Mr. Witch can see. I'm gonna hand the torch to him.
Oh, marvellous. He holds it up, as though it's his Witchlight vein.
Oh my god.
Archie, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
It's
Got
far
a bit
from
of a
fine,
headache.
but did it come on at the carnival? Are you
Yeah, like
feeling better since leaving, or?
No, I'm feeling like I've got a permanent headache.
Well, that's terrible. Maybe there's something we can find in here to help you. I don't know what's happening with my hands, but they seem to be a little bit more human-like now. I hope that goes away.
Or maybe you'll turn into a human.
Flopsy looks genuinely, like, concerned at that thought. I severely hope not. None of my
Right.
clothes would match.
Right. And you suit being a Harengon. I mean, how would your ear look if you were a human?
How would
You
I
have,
jump
like-
so high? Human jumps are pitiful.
Oh,
No offense.
well, I've seen you jumping. I know.
I just wanted to say, I know that tensions are high, and I, for one, haven't really been dealing with that quite well recently, but we're all still a team, and we're all still working for the same goals. I just need to.
Oh, you're cutting out.
Sorry, Flopsy, what are you saying? Flopsy has a fear of confrontation. This is how it manifests.
What did you just
Is it
say? Yeah, it's working
Is it
now.
working now?
Yeah,
Cool. I was just wondering if you could be nicer to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. I know it's not exactly the easiest after the concerns you have, but even after all of it, I know they're good people. Deep down.
Well, I'm
And we're all
hoping
friends
not
here.
mean.
I know you're not being... I wouldn't think that you're being mean intentionally to anyone, but Mr. Light is used to an exuberant kind of positivity, at least where I know him from. I don't know if he's used to it now, but just the dismissiveness. You seem to be treating Mr. Light and Mr. Witch at arm's length.
That's where I want to keep him.
Mr. Light has been listening into this entire conversation. And he comes over and he's like, well, what is it anyway? Like, as far as I'm aware, none of this is my fault. And he, like, looks over at Mr. Witch. Mr. Witch is like, oh, fuck's sake. If we're all gonna...
Archie just looks at the camera.
If we're all gonna argue about it, can we not do it when we're back at the carnival? Like, in a better place than this. And then Mr. Light's like, no, if you've got a problem with me, you can say it. It's fine. We'll sort it out right now. And Skek just sits on this fucking, like, little box or whatever. And he's like, this is going to take a while. And Mr. Light's like, I didn't know they were going to take children. I mean, I don't know if I would have allowed it or not. I can't say because I didn't cross that bridge at all. All I agreed to was if any little children come in here and steal from me, not here, obviously, the carnival, and steal from me, then the hags may steal from them. It seemed fair at the time. And then Octavia's like, yeah, but, like, Scabatha was stealing children. And Mr. Light's like, well, I don't know what children were at my carnival or not. I don't keep tabs on that. That's Nicholas's job. And Mr. Witch is looking like he wants to sort of, like, get in between yous to, like, make sure there's no fighting.
Archie's just stood here. Archie, like, sort of, like, does that thing where you sort of, like, pinch your, like nose bridge, and just looks at Mr. Light and is like, look, I told you everything that I think. I don't have anything new to add. And, like, if you're saying that... I mean, you literally just said that you didn't know that kids were involved, but you also don't know that you would have said no.
Well, of course. The deal... Well, obviously, when I first met that Eladrin, she was absolutely miserable at that carnival, and I saw it and I thought, oh, I want it so much, so badly. And she was hating it there. So I was like, oh, it's only fair for us to switch. So then we did, and it was happy and glorious and wonderful. And then those bitches came along and took advantage, I think, but whatever. And he's still being very, like, blasé about it. As far as I'm concerned, it was blackmail.
Well, great. As far as I'm concerned, it was negligence.
Well, have you not ever been put in a position that you don't know what kind of decision to make?
That's not a very fair example.
Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it's besides the point. We could all just make up and make friends right now and get back to the Witchlight Carnival and have a great time. And then Mr. Witch is like, well, if the carnivals have been switched and Isolde's back at our carnival, then how are we going to take over? She's not going to... Well, we're going to have to get her back to the Shadowfell Carnival. Exactly, that's what we'll do. We'll find a portal and it'll be easy. And Mr. Witch just gives like this look of like, it's not going to be that fucking easy. Mr. Witch is like, I'm not sure how the paperwork works, if there is any, but you know as well as I that there was a contract that we had to sign. And it didn't come from the material plane, let's just say that.
Who is there to enforce the contract, though? If the contract is broken, surely it would have been Scabatha, Bavlorna, and Endelin to come and reap repercussions. But they're all dead.
Light's like,
So...
oh, no. We didn't sign... When we traded carnivals, we didn't sign a contract. The hags weren't even a thing then. We didn't sign them then. That was years and years ago.
So, let me get this straight. You basically agreed with this Eladrin, Isolde, I presume, that you were going to switch carnivals and what? You were going to switch them back eventually?
No. That wasn't the deal. In the first place, the deal was that we would just switch, and that would be that. And then the hags came along. For some reason, they knew, and obviously took advantage of me. I mean, us. Both of us.
Well, did they take advantage of you, Mr. Witch?
Well, I think they saw an opportunity, yeah. We care very much about the carnival. Isolde does not want to be back at the Witchlight Carnival. I don't know why. It's nothing to do with us, really. As far as I'm concerned, we were just trying to protect our new home.
Well, yeah, again, protected, sure, but for who?
Mr. Light just slaps his face and he's just like, oh, I can't even do this anymore. I'm just going to sit here and cry. Meanwhile,
What a mood.
I know, right?
That's Archie.
he's literally sat on the box with Skek, and Skek's just like wiggling his little feet on the box, just like, Meanwhile, Ugla's enjoying all the food in this room. I don't know what you're doing, Holland and Felix, but Al's sort of trooping around, making sure everyone's okay.
Gosh, I mean, what a shit day.
Yeah.
Who's got two heads? Have you got two heads? You got two heads.
Yeah, Holland, you come back with Ugla full up. You've got all the meats on you. Felix is stroking this dog. This dog, which is
a full charcuterie board.
and also considering you've all been like 10 days, you're all at full everything. So when it's as though you've had a long rest when you haven't. So like these dogs, this dog is full health again. But yeah, you can all just sort of put everything back up to full, as though you have had a long rest. But anyway, Holland, you approach Felix as Felix is like boop 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 boop.
God, you know. Sorry? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry. Go on. You've only got one head.
Oh, that's...
What were you saying?
Huh. Should I have more?
I don't know, this guy's pretty cool and he's got two heads. Yes, you've got two heads.
It would be nice to look over my shoulder and like over both shoulders. I could see both of you, Glay.
Aw, cute. Anyway, charcuterie boards and 2 heads aside, what are we doing now?
Ugh, we gotta keep looking for things, but like, isn't this just so like boring?
You are just reading my mind. Yes. Done.
I want to be back in this
So we
horrid,
can-
dingy grey castle.
And I mean, yeah, and I'm sorry, but Al is just like a buzzkill.
Oh God! What talk about a wet blanket?
Hi guys. Claw comes along. What
Hey,
what are you cool dudes up to?
slandering Al.
Really? Why?
Because we can.
Well, I think he's got really silly floppy hair.
And you would be correct. Wet lettuce, wet blanket, anything bad that's wet, that's Al.
He's just a soppy guy.
If it rained on a ham and the ham went all sweaty, that's what he would be, a sweaty old ham.
Nobody wants a sweaty ham.
Nah. Well, I would wipe it down and eat it still, but
Yeah.
but
that doesn't surprise me.
I wouldn't eat Al. It seems like he might taste a bit stringy.
Yeah, he's not
He
all
tastes
wet muscle
boring.
for guard, is he?
I wish we would have spent a little bit more time at that carnival, because I didn't even get the chance to have a knife thrown at me, because Dad was being like, well, don't get a knife thrown at you, clap a claw. And I was like, well, Holland did. Why is it all right for Holland to get a knife thrown at him, not me?
Well. What a question.
I can't say I was for the knife throwing personally, but I do kind of wish we got to see a little bit more of it than what we did.
I mean, I kind of wish we could go back. I did promise Mr. Witch and Light I'd find them a replacement boss. So, like, we could go, but, like, I don't know if the others would fall for it. That's not the same.
What's
I
that
don't know if they would buy
for?
it. I don't know. I'm just so used to lying to people now. I don't think they'd want to.
They wouldn't let
What's
us
there
anyway.
to fall for? It's not like we have to convince them. They're not here. We could just pop in and pop back out.
Oh,
right?
That's true. Could just leave those snoozers behind.
I mean, I would rather not lie, but we can always tell them where we've been afterwards. That won't hurt, right?
Yeah.
We're being truthful, but I mean, they don't know that we're gone. So, as far as they're concerned, we're looking for a portal, and we just so happen to wander into the carnival again.
Yeah, we can't help it. It's a big castle. We get turned around.
And if worst comes to worst, we can just blame Al.
We'll say we told Al that we were going, and then he'll be like, what? And we'll be like, oh, Al.
As if you forgot, you silly man. Perfect.
It's the perfect excuse. Perfect crime.
Right, let's pop up back to those things, whatever they were.
Yep, and we'll just say, oh, we're looking for another portal. Don't mind us. Literally, no one gives a shit about what Clapperclaw's saying as he comes through here. Everyone just looks like they've been kind of chilling and just like sort of living here. You know what I mean? Like this is just their new place to be right now. But yeah, you just sneak your way back up, unless there's anything else you want to do in this area. Are you leaving Uglay behind?
Yes, because he'll just get put in a cage. I'll lead him over to Agden and be like, he's if you keep him fed, he's very nice,
Agden,
and he'll let you give him pets, and he's very comfy and soft, so it might make you feel nicer in your fingers.
Agden sort of looks up at you and he goes, "All right, Governor." He's shooting that gun quite a lot now. He does smile every time he shoots it, but it's not breaking the barrier of his like grief. And he looks over at Uglay and he's gonna do a little animal handling check just to see how well he gets along with him. Yeah, Uglay's a little bit like, that's not Holland, you know what I mean? But Agden does like sort of approach him and sort of reaches his hand out. Uglay gives it a sniff, and at first he like looks at you as if to be like, is this bitch valid or what? Like, who's this guy?
Yeah, Holland encourages him.
He lets him stroke him, but he's looking a bit regal about it. And Agden's like, he's a good owlbear, I guess. Well, I'll take good care of him. But yeah, if you find that portal, let me know, because I'd quite like to go to the Witchlight Carnival. I've heard a bit about it from, well, there's a couple of books here about carnivals, and maybe I want to just... He just like trails off and he's not with it at all. But he does end up like stroking him and he's like, what does he eat, by the way?
Lots and lots of meat.
Oh, right, we've got lots of meat. I can sort that out. And he still looks very in grief mode, but he's gonna like try and play with Uglay a little bit to sort of get him comfortable. Uglay does like watch as you leave. You get the impression that he sort of kind of knows what you're doing. The deaf dog's gonna like jump around and like be like woo 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 and like try and get involved too. As you sneak your little booties up these stairs back to that room with the "Please forgive me, Solday." Alright, yeah, you're in there. You see the campestries. Please forgive me, Isolde. Can you remember the password? Right, come on, guys, let's go! He jumps in the middle. He like puts his arms out, his little claws out.
Wash.
Alright. Meanwhile, in the other room, whilst I transport you guys to the other place, can Archie and Flopsy talk amongst themselves for a second?
Oh, hey Flopsy, why don't you come? Hi Flopsy.
Hello, yes.
How are you feeling?
Confused. I don't really know, to be honest. It all feels a little bit, I mean, we've come so far and done so much, and it kind of feels like we were all a bit too late at the same time.
Late for what?
I mean, look at them. He looks over at Witch and Light. I know we were doing this to save Prismia as well, but the main reason that I came here was to preserve the carnival, and now it's as if I have to reclaim it because we weren't on time.
Yeah, I get that. But I think it's always worth looking at what you have already accomplished. I mean, you know, we as a group have defeated tyrants and we brought freedom to Prismere, and I mean, you know, I'm sure that's harder than like asking for a change in management, right? I mean, I don't know. I've never worked at a carnival, so I don't know what that's like.
Well,
But
to be fair, I've worked at a carnival, but I don't really understand all of the different contracts and things that go in it. It does feel as if we have done the heavy lifting, though. We should be able to just take one out, put them back in.
but what if she doesn't want to? What if she wants to stay at the Witchlight Carnival?
Then that's another thing that we have to deal with when it happens.
Yeah, but
We can't exactly say we've gone anywhere with a plan, have we? And we've still made it work.
well, sure, but I mean, you know, even way back when, I knew we were going to defeat the hags. And like, and that is something of a plan, right? Knowing what you're going to do when you get to the destination. So what are you going to do? Would you kick her out if she wanted to stay?
I don't really know how to answer that, Archie. I mean, in the same way that you knew that we were going to beat the hags, so did I. I even yelled as much when I knew that Endlin was watching. But it's sort of like I can see a picture of where we want to go and how we want it to be at the end. But that's not the same as a plan. I know that I will only have achieved what we came out here to do if Witch and Light are back in charge of their own carnival. And I do see the Witchlight Carnival as their own. I can't see where we've just been as theirs. Not anymore.
Speaking of where you've just been, I've put you.
Hey.
I've put you two both on the map just so you can see it. Obviously, Holland, Felix, Clapperclaw, and Dodgy Mo. You emerge, roll out of these campestries into this carnival. And darkness looms all around you. Smoky atmosphere, glowing lights of fire in the distance, and that little ticket booth blocking your way.
Oh, I forgot about this much. Over here. I mean, we gave her gold. We'll just say we stepped out for a second, right? How are we going to get back in? What do you say?
Yeah. I mean, it's worth a try.
Okay.
Sort of, as you approach, the shutters sort of come up. She's still, like, reading a little fan fiction or whatever the fuck she's reading. She looks at you and squints her eyes. And she's like, you know that pass lasts for, like, the entire time that we're here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so just...
You can come in and out as much as you want, as long as you have fun. She like smiles, but she knows what that means. Like you know, sure, come on in, do what you want.
Okie dokie.
As you walking through, she's like, suckers. Clapperclaw's like, way, we're finally back and we're gonna have the best day ever.
Where shall we go first?
Well, I wanna definitely do something dangerous that Flopsy wouldn't let me do.
Well, let's not go straight into like knife throwing. Let's have a look around. What looks appealing right now?
I like that green skull.
All
For
right.
sure. Let's go over there then.
No one's just like beelining it.
What's that? Fine. Don't carry me or anything. It's not like you've been doing it this whole time.
sorry, I forgot in my excitement.
Okay, so you approach this high striker. A streak of blazing green flame rockets into the sky as a cackling skull shoots up a tall wooden pole. And at the bottom of the high striker, a mighty, muscled orc. Here we go. Beep. Lays down an enormous hammer as a disappointed carnival goer leaves the attraction. And he raises up the mallet to the sky and lets out a triumphant cry. Tusk is undefeated! And he looks at you both. Do you dare to try to beat me, Tusk, the strongest orc in the entire Shadowfell?
Oh, I remember that feeling, messing up the script. Ooh. I won't tell the boss, it's okay.
Thanks. Like, yeah. He says, do you work here, or I've never seen you before?
I work at a different carnival, but like,
Hmm.
you know, management.
Yeah. I know what you mean. But my bosses are kind of nice, though, which is weird. I've been used to a miserable old bitch called Isolde.
Oh, we keep hearing about her.
Yeah. She just stayed in her tent and cried, and then we came and said, what do you want us to do? And she says, do whatever you want, I don't care. So I was like, okay. But if you want to smack this thing, and he like points at the thing, and there's a flame skull on it, and the flame skull's like, you can never get me to the top, and the flame skull looks a bit tired, like it's just like, oh, whatever, at the same time, and he's like, the orc's like, well, if you want to give it a try, then here you go. He passes you the mallet.
I'll give it a go.
Holland, Holland, Holland.
I'll just let you know it's a competition between us both. So you can go and then I'll go and then we'll see who wins.
Okay. What do I roll, Tusk?
Please make me an athletics check. Let's see.
That's funny.
Bloody Nora. Let's see what that's a total of though. Because, let's see. Doobie-dab-doop-doop-doop. Let's talk about yourselves for a second.
Wow. That went really high.
Did it? Yeah, sorry, just
I
one sec.
think.
Yeah, man, Roll20 decided to have a little fun little shit of itself. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so basically how this works is a little bit different from just a simple roll. So the total when he has a turn might be a bit different. So it's gonna be I'm just gonna roll this straight up. Oh, crime in a
What? Yeah, alright. I don't think I was ever going to be able to get that.
Well, there's a Nat 20 involved there as well. So, like, when he's like, nice, nice, and he comes over, waddles over with his big old hammer, slaps it down, and just the flame skull rises and just ding, ding, ding against the top of it. And that total is actually not 41, it's 36.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And yeah, he goes, no one can beat me, Tusk. And I want you to do, because you've been talking to him like a carnival worker, can you do me a persuasion check really quick, just to sort of see how he feels about you in general?
15.
He goes, now I'll let you in on a little secret. You see my friend there? He's called Murray. And the Flame Skull's like, yep, that's me. Don't tell him the secret, though. And he's like, well, I'm gonna. There's a secret. Secret's this. He moves himself and all, you know.
Do you know what? I had a feeling, because he looks bored.
Yep. He likes to see people lose and get disappointed. So, are you disappointed?
Oh, I can't believe it!
Ah, that's the spirit. And then the Flame Skull's like, oh, yes. Oh, you're so disappointed, aren't you?
Oh, yes. This is worse than the day my parents died.
And he's like, the orc's like, oh, what a good sport, what a good sport. You know what? I'm going to give you a prize anyway. He like roots around in his pockets that are obviously full of cobwebs and dust, considering he never fucking gives out anything. And he pulls out a packet of black dust and hands it to you.
Oh, thank you. I love black dust.
He goes, don't use it all at once, but he goes, it makes you invisible and it makes you fly both at the same time. Yeah.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. Only lasts a minute, this, but be careful with it. He looks at Felix. Do you want to give it a go?
Do my weak spaghetti arms look like I do any better than Holland? Let alone you, sir.
And he goes, well, that's the point. You lose drastically. And we'll love that, won't we? And Murray's like, oh, yes. As long as you cry on your knees for me, then, oh, that'll be nice, won't it?
I will cry on my knees for you, Murray.
And Murray's like, but you've got to give it a good try.
We'll see.
All right, roll that athletics.
11.
Oh, bless. Yeah, it just goes ooh, like to the quarter line, and then just pops back down. Mary's like, waiting for you.
Felix not only gets on his knees, but does a power slide in the mud with an arm thrown over his face. Oh my god!
Yep.
I'm weak. I'm so weak.
Toss comes over, slams it, whoosh, ding! Hey, no one can beat the mighty Tusk. And he gives you a wink, and he's like, good job. Hands you a bit of shadow dust. There we go. And one thing that's odd that you notice about this guy as well is like when he does like bend over to like smack the thing, like on his back it looks to be that there's like a hunchback on like poking up. Like he's covering with his clothes, but he's like got like a bit of a hunchback going on.
Oh, that kind of reminds me. Do you know why my friend's ears fell off?
Oh, yeah. Well, it all started when that miserable cow Isolde came along. And, yeah, for some reason, if it couldn't be more miserable here, it got even more miserable and all magic started going weird. Yeah, it's one of them, innit? I just grew this hunchback. Do you want to say hello to it?
Okay.
He pulls his shirt like up over his head and like shows you his back, and you can see a perfect replica of his own face like protruding out of his back, and it goes, hello, it's me, Cot.
Sorry, what's your name?
Cot.
Sock.
It's Tusk backwards. And he goes, he goes, oh, you having a good time at the carnival?
Yeah.
I never get to speak.
Yeah, well, nice to meet you.
Mm.
Scott.
Will you tell him that he doesn't
Can't
have to be
have-
so ashamed of me? I'm a beautiful angel, really.
And you really are.
Mm. I can't wait to get bigger.
And then Tusk like puts the shirt back down again, and he's like, "Well, he won't be getting bigger because I don't want that to happen. He'll become two of me, and I don't want two of me wandering about. I've seen it happen before.
I mean,
What's
it
wrong
wouldn't.
with having sex with you?
He'll climb right out my back, steal half my organs. I don't want that.
Yeah, but you could have days off
You know
if
how
you
hard it
both
is to
agree to
breathe.
work together.
You know how hard it is to breathe with one lung, half a heart beating. Bloody Nara.
What's the few organs between clones?
Fair
Right?
dues. Yeah. I don't know what to do about it, but, you know, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, isn't it? End of day.
Just look on the bright side. You can, like, share one job and then you get half a week off for the same money.
Yeah, sounds pretty good to me, actually. But we'd have to share the money.
Well, but you only need half as much to pay for yourself because you'll only have half a stomach, half as much food.
I have been saving up for a caravan. Maybe we could both live in caravan. Anyway, so if you're from another carnival, what are you doing here? Like looking around for ideas?
Oh no, we just wanted to do something fun.
Huh? Good. I hope you're having fun.
I am.
What's your funnest thing?
My funnest thing would be this.
Oh, thanks. Can you tell Witchin like that? They seem to be going down the miserable path. Well, they've been trying to be doing... Oh, my God. Right, so that skinny one, like, he were going, oh, I can make some magical illusions and that'd be good, won't it? And everyone were like, oh, fucking hell. He's going to try and do something spangly and no one likes that. You know, he's been trying his best, but just tell him you've had fun with me. And oh, that'll be good, won't it? I'll be writing his good books.
I'll be sure to tell him.
Cheers, lad.
Holland looks into the camera.
Well, meanwhile, we're gonna go back to. Well, where were we? Where are we? Let's have a little boosh back to ye olde Motherhorn.
Shall we have a little boosh back to
Have a
the
little
old
boosh back to ye
Motherhorn?
olde Motherhorn. Now,
What's going on
here's the thing in Motherhorn, right? You might be wondering, what are these guys getting up to? Well, I'll tell you. These guys. Mr. Light's obviously like having a little dramatic cry to himself. Mr. Witch is trying to like console him. And Skek comes flying up to you and he's like, yeah, I don't think there's a mirror in here.
Right, but there might be like other stuff. I mean, like, is no one a little bit curious about that, like, glass closet?
Yeah, he like looks at it and like looks inside of it. I don't know what he does though.
Well, I mean, Flopsy, you've been looking for like a new style. Why don't you open it? Maybe it's gonna like, maybe it's a wardrobe of many fashions, and if you open it, it gets you your perfect style.
I mean, that would be quite marvelous, to be fair, but I'm a little bit wary that maybe the hags have probably enchanted some things around here, so everybody step back a little
Good idea.
before I open it.
Oh gosh.
I'll stand a bit closer so that we can get some light.
Yeah.
Thank you, I gave my torch away, didn't I? I'm going to investigate it first, just to make sure I don't die. See, I'm learning from you, Archie. That's the kind of thing you would do first.
Yep, I would always check for traps.
Okay.
In fact, I actually have a wand of secrets, and I'll use it right now.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, your investigation shows that this is literally an empty wardrobe. You don't see any clothes in there. You do see that drawer at the bottom, which is full of random bits of shit, but none that like call out to you. Just bits and bats, or bits and bobs. But Archie brings out the wand of secrets,
Hey.
gives it a bit of a swizzly swizzle, and it points directly at this wardrobe. And in the back of it, as it's open, obviously Flopsy's looking inside of it. You see this like white light just like make like a shape of a door in the back of it, like the back panel, like sort of as if someone's drawn it out in a chalk outline. And you hear a whisper of the word imprec.
Wait. Flopsy, stand to the side.
Did that just say Mpreg?
I know, that's what I heard. Now it's been weird because people have been calling me Richard Empreg recently. But hey, what if, right? I were to stand in here, and I were to say like Empreg.
Well, nothing happens when you say impreg.
Well, that
Or
didn't
like-
work. If you listen closely, are we sure it's Mpreg?
Wait, maybe if I just like mumble it, and then because it was quite quiet, so maybe I have to say like Empreg.
Still nothing happens.
Did everyone hear Mpreg? Is that what it said?
It said imprec.
I know what
Alright,
it said,
yeah,
but
yeah,
Archie
yeah.
doesn't.
I'm just telling you just in case.
Did anyone, like Octavia, Skek, even Mr. Witch and Light, did you all hear Mpreg? Or did anyone hear anything different?
I don't think it said impreg. I think it said imprec.
Impreg?
You go fucking zoom.
It's literally my favorite Archie joke.
You end up in a dark alcove with a curtain in front of you.
Whoa. What's behind this curtain?
You just look into this room, and
Oh,
it's the meeting room again.
hey, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna literally run all the way around and get back to my friends.
So you run all the way around, all the way back through the Ori of Tragedies.
I have no idea where Archie went, but I suppose there's only one way to find out where she's gone.
Flopsy, bam! You appear in the meeting room, and Archie's not here.
Archie! Oh, for goodness sake, she's probably run all the way back.
Boof! Behind you, Octavia's there. Oh, hey!
Hello, Octavia.
Where's he gone?
Either Archie went somewhere else, or they've run back to the original room. Considering we both came to the same room, I think Archie's running right now.
Just as Skek's disappearing through the thing, poof, zoop. Archie, you come back in.
Oh. Oh crap. They've all gone. Well, I better catch up to them.
Flopsy, have you already left?
Flopsy's already left.
Octavia's like, well, because Skek's only just got in there, you boomp into the room and Skek's there. Oh, hey, they just went that way.
That way? Oh, I better catch up to them.
Yeah.
Oh, Octavia!
Oh! Where did you come from? We were just looking for you.
I did like, well, I went down the stairs or up the stairs. I can't remember.
Oh.
I was going that fast. And then I went down into the orrery. and then I went back into the room and I saw you were all gone. So I was like, geez, I better catch up with them. So I went back into the thing, and then I ran out, and then I saw you here. Oh, and I saw
Archie,
Skek.
there you are.
Oh,
I'm
hi,
so glad
Flopsy.
you came back because I have no idea what direction to run in to go back to the original room. This is like a maze to me.
Mr. Light's like, well, this isn't the Witchlight Carnival, is it? I'm sure I've seen this room before.
Well, let's find another room.
Oh, we're never going to find it, are we?
We've only searched one room, sir. We'll be able to find it. It'll be fine.
Well,
We just
two
know
rooms
that.
now.
Well,
3.
perfect. See, 3 rooms down. There can't be that many more. It's only a castle. We'll find it eventually, though.
And also, I was thinking maybe we shouldn't just look for mirrors, but we should look for like pools of water or something, because that too could be a type of reflective surface.
It makes a lot of sense. Yes. I genuinely can't get my head around how hags work. Have we established it has to be reflective in order to work as a portal? Because the campestries don't work like that, so quite frankly, I feel as if we could be looking for anything.
Well, I mean, sure, but if it's like sort of like a mirror portal thing, then it's different to a campestry portal kind of thing.
I don't think these hags would be using something as whimsical as mushrooms and campestries. So we could split up from here, or do we want to all search the same room?
Well, I've got an idea. How about Flopsy, Mr. Light, Skek, and Mr. Well, I mean, yeah, you 4, you go one way, and me and Octavia, we'll just, I guess, double check behind this curtain.
I thought we scratched that room off the list, but it's probably best to double check and make sure. Okay, guys, follow me. Does anyone remember what way we went to get to the other room? Because we'll go the opposite way now.
I don't know. I remember that this is the way that the mushrooms are.
Okay, so we don't need to go back there. Perhaps we'll bump into Felix and Holland on the way. We don't know how many rooms they've ticked off the list, so this could be quicker
Could
than
be
ever.
anywhere.
Yeah. All right. Well, you choose where you want to go, and I'll come with you. And Mr. Light's like, oh, please make it quick, Flopsy. And Mr. Witch is that's Mr. Light. Mr. Witch is like, it's time to be patient and just see what happens. And Mr. Light's like, I've been walking just far too long. It's only been a couple of steps, really. So, Flopsy, what's your sort of general direction that you want to go in?
What direction was Enderlin's room that we went to?
Enderlin's room is up these stairs here.
Oh, okay.
So there's the doors to where the campestries are in the jail area. There's the stairs upstairs that lead to Enderlin's room, and the sort of 2 balconies at the top. These are the first balconies. You've never been down here before. And you can also take these stairs to go down as well. So if you take those stairs up, it's up to Enderlin's shit. If you take those stairs down, it's down to the library area.
I like the sound of never been down here before, so to uncharted territory, everyone. I'm sure we'll find a portal in no time.
Alright. You scoot your little booty down this corridor.
Come on, everyone, you're so far away.
Skek, Mr. Witch, Mr. Light. And let's just have a look a second here, because you've never been here, have you?
I don't believe we have.
Well, I will say, let's have a meanwhile so I can read on that. We can have a meanwhile for those 2 pissing about.
Us 2 pissing about? We're doing vital shit over there.
Right. So, just for the sake of you talking amongst yourselves, just say you've come away from him, What are you talking about, Holland and Felix? Now you've got a bit of time to yourself. Clapperclaw's gonna be like just like running around and having a look at stuff like he's a child that you've let loose, and just like he's like, ooh, look at this, ooh, look at that, ooh, look at that. So he's a bit away from the conversation for a minute. So you two can just have a little chat.
Gosh, it's been so long since we've been able to just talk, just us two.
I don't think we've ever really had a talk.
Yeah,
It's
it
never
feels
just
like
been us two.
that. Feels like I've waited my whole life for this moment.
Aww.
Just you, me, and Dodgy Mo.
Obviously, Dodgy Mo was always in the picture.
Yeah.
I mean, what can we even talk about? Start from square one, I knew nothing about you.
That's true. Well, my name is Holland Fexer. I'm an age. I don't quite know anymore. I'm a Paladin of Lyra. Oh, you weren't there for that. I went back to my house that my parents died in, and Lyra came out of my chimney, and we had a nice time, and we danced, and it was fun.
No, I wasn't there for that. When did that happen?
Oh, a little while ago.
Cool. What else did I miss? Important to do with your life?
I don't know. Well, we found Ooglay. That was while we were at Scabatha's when Flopsy threw up on everything.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't even remember where I've been, when I've been, and when I've come back, so I don't really kind of take things as they are.
But you remember us.
Of course I do.
And you
I remember every single person.
especially Gleam. Perhaps.
Well, perhaps.
Dodgy Mo let me in on a little secret.
When have you been talking to Dodgy Mo?
I had
Don't
an
listen to him,
aside
he's
with him
dodgy
before I
and
talked
dirty.
to you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Gleam or anyone or anything at the minute. It's a lot.
Yeah, we got bigger fish to fry.
Potentially, yes.
Hmm.
So tell me something interesting. Tell me something fun.
Fun. One time, me and Clapperclaw jumped off a really tall tree, and Flopsy was like, "Don't do it, you'll die." And then Clapperclaw died. I don't know if he remembers that, but he did. But we brought him back to life, so it's okay. But I was fine.
You're always fine. How does that happen? Knives thrown at you, befriending owlbears.
It must just be the luck of Lyra.
I love that for you. Very cheerful. Wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. I don't think anyone would let anything bad happen to you, so.
No. Well, I won't let anything bad happen to you while you're here.
I was gonna say I appreciate the thought, but
Maybe if I'm
whilst
always holding on to you really tightly, then when you next bamf away, I'll go with you.
I love that idea. However, there's never a guarantee that I'd come back, so maybe that's not wise.
As you're talking,
That's why I don't tend to bring things with me, flaming horses.
Felix, you As you're talking, Holland, you see that Felix's hair is starting to like rise up a little bit in two areas, and like you see these two furry ears sort of like pop up on top of his like skull, scalp.
Am I looking in a mirror? You've got my ears.
I've got no ears. What do you mean?
And Felix, as you're looking at Holland, you can see that like Holland's pure black eyes that you've been sort of looking at whilst you've been talking to him, around his eyes have started to become dark, like sort of in like the pockets under his eyes, and like around the fur is starting to travel like sort of over his face and stuff.
Is that dust like leaking on you or something? That black shit that guy gave us. You look dark and dark.
Helen like wipes at his eye and is like, "Did I get it?"
Felix fucking licks his thumb and rubs it. No, it's not coming off.
Yeah, as you rub it, it starts to get a bit like more, like covering his face down to his neck.
Oh, I think I made it worse.
Felix, your teeth start to just extend a little bit, like your two canines just like extend a little.
Oh, what the hell?
You've got a bit of a lisp.
What is happening?
Oh god,
I need
I think
to go to
these
the
are
dentist, apparently.
cassettes.
Ow. Tooth.
Claw comes like...
Tell me again about the ears. What's... He like puts his hands on top of his head to feel these ears that Holland was going on about.
Yeah, you feel that there's like these two stubs that are starting to form. Like they're not full ears yet. They're just like coming out, growing a little bit, but they kind of stop halfway a little. Clapperclaw comes running over to you and is like, "I've just seen a snake that's like a woman wrapped round in a snake, and Holland, you've got like coal on you." And Felix, he like looks at you. Are you growing some sort of like furry little ears?
Apparently I am, and my teeth are too big for my mouth. I don't like this. I'll be nifty with that ham that you like so much, though.
Is anything happening to me? And you look at his head swelling. Like his skull's like twice the size as it used to be. But he looks like he's not really like balanced very well. Like it's kind of a bit big.
Are you feeling okay? Your head's big.
He like puts his claws up to feel his head, and like he knocks himself in the, you know, the like horns that pop out. He doesn't expect it to be there, so he like knocks it a little bit, and he's like, "Ah!" He like feels like the width of his head. He's like got his arms out like a T-pose, but like he's just knocking his claws on each side, and he's like, "Well, I've got really massive giant horns. Maybe I could like, next time I'm like fighting anyone, I'm just gonna like put my head down and like ram them like a bull."
And you could probably eat 2 hams at once now.
1 ham in each side of my mouth.
Meow.
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 What's happening to Dodgy Mo?
Dodgy Mo's got dodgier.
How dodgier?
How well?
Like on a percentage.
How dodgier could Dodgy Mo be?
I mean, yeah, you think he looked shifty before. My God. He doesn't it?
Writing that in the notes, that's vital. Dodgy Mo got dodgier.
Dodgier, dirtier. He's shifty as. Anyway,
Well, are we gonna go and do some more stuff?
Yeah, I picked last,
Sure.
so you can pick this time.
Me? Well, I
If
was
you
just
want.
telling you that I spotted this nice-looking lady, with a lot of snakes over there. And he like points behind the big top.
Let's do it. We're going there, where
Let's
there are
make
snakes.
our way over.
All right.
Slither on over.
Where is this? Bloody. Snake. Where are you? Come on now. It's gonna get clapperclaw around here. Excuse me. God, it's strange running 2 plus symbols. Okay. Snake pit. Here we go. So you approach the snake pit, and you see here, my goodness, a beautiful elven woman who she's sort of sitting amongst these like writhing, slithering nests of snakes that are sort of like winding their way like around her body, like sort of like through her armpit and up around her neck, and like one of them's like sort of like around her thigh and like in between her legs, and she's sort of just like holding, like they're all like holding her up sort of thing, and she's like leaning her head into them, and you can see that like coiled at her feet is this colossal like constrictor looking snake. It's like fucking, if it was stretched out it'd be like 20 foot long, and it looks like to be like pretty old and scarred, but it does have a little collar, a studded collar around its neck, near its huge jaw, and
where's its neck?
yeah, like just at the like where its jaw would be, and it's got a little tag on it that says Sir Hissington, and you see that she's just sort of writhing around in there. She doesn't look to be. She looks to be sort of just like this is her performance, like the fact that all these snakes look to be sort of like worshipping her body, and you do see like another couple of like carnival goers that are sort of like leaning on the edge of the snake pit, sort of looking down into her and being like, wow, they're not even eating her alive, and all this lot. And she sort of like tilts her head back and like sort of acknowledges all of you, or the crowds included. And every now and then just sort of changes like position and like allows them to like make her look as though she's like sort of dancing, but like real slow. And yeah, like so Clapperclaw's like, see, look, isn't that just amazing? And you can tell that he's like he's put his little claws like on the side of the snake pit, and he's like resting his giant head, and he's like like looking over at her. He's got vibes. He might have like fell a little bit in a crush of this snake woman. Seems to be really talented at that.
Do you think you knew they could do that?
I don't know. Do you think she lets anyone like try and do it?
No, I mean, do you think I could do that with Ooglay? If I just stood on his tummy, do you think he could make me look like I'm dancing?
Maybe, like if he put like kicked you up into the air and you did like a somersault. Probably. The way that she is, so like basically she's like in the center of the snake pit. The snake pit's quite deep. It's like say like 15 feet deep. And she sort of acknowledges your interest, and she like leans forward a little bit, and all the snakes move around her and underneath her to travel her towards you. And she comes over to all three of you. And she says, "Hello there, young men." She mainly like aims that at Holland and Felix, and Clapperclaw's just like,
No.
I see you're rather interested in my performance.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
really cool.
Correct.
Make charisma saves for me, please.
Bloody charisma saves. What's she trying to do? Charisma us? Oh.
I'll raise you up. Felix. As soon as she's like travelled away over to you, like you get a full look at her, and like she's got this allure to her that's like, first of all, she's beautiful, and second of all, she feels a bit dangerous, like someone that you shouldn't like, but you kind of do. But no matter what your feelings are about anything at all right now, you just feel slightly attracted to her. As she sort of like blinks at you and she's got like these really strange yellow eyes too. And she sort of gives this smile at you. And she's like, "You look like the kind of person who would love a little challenge."
Depends what kind of challenge.
Well, so Hissington, and immediately behind her, like rolling up, this huge giant constrictor snake sort of like rocks up the entire back of her body, turns around her entire person, and like hovers above her left shoulder, like head looking at you, just like its little tongue flicking out, like. And she says, "You can escape from my Sir Hissington. You can earn yourself a little prize." I say a little prize. It's actually quite impressive.
I mean, it depends. I would throw myself into this situation, but what's going to happen if I don't escape?
You'll only be crushed to death. Just a little bit. Does that scare you?
A tad. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know if you can die a little bit.
Oh, just a little bit.
Oh,
Are you frightened?
just a little bit.
Oh, I do like that. How about it, handsome?
Fine. Fine. Why not? I guess.
Well, step into my snake pit. And she gets the snakes to like move her backwards, but the constrictor sort of stays like in front. Let's actually find a constrictor. Actually, if I've got one knocking about. We don't really need. No. I don't need to be that. Oh yeah, I can be that particular. The constrictor is fucking ginormous. And it like shakes its little head at you. Oh jeez, that's how big it is. Yeah, it shakes its head at you like in a sort of alluring way, as if to be like, "Come on in." You know what I mean? And she's sort of like behind it, sort of raised up with all these other snakes lifting her. She sort of extends her hand out, and like these tiny little milk snakes are like crawling around her hand, and she just like does the come hither finger towards you to like pull you in. Flapperclaw's like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool!" And he goes and stands next to Holland, like, "I wonder if it's gonna die."
I hope not.
All right, you step in, and as soon as you do, you feel your like legs immediately just grip together as this constrictor starts to wind itself around your ankles, and it's already pulling tight as it's like pulling up your like to your waist, and then you feel like your rib cage just like like sucking inwards, and you're getting tighter and tighter. It pulls your arms together as well. All the while, Celisa, that's her name is Celisa, is like smirking at you, but like she moves as the thing, the constrictor snake moves around you, she moves in like an opposite way, like sort of like a helix, helix Felix, and she like meets your face, and as she gets so close to you, you just like she gets so close, and she's like, try your best, and then just this entire like force just completely squishes you. Can you make me an athletics or acrobatics, your choice, as you're gonna try and wrangle you, like literally wrestle your way out of this fucking constrictor snake?
Oh, why did I say yes? Do I have to wrestle my way out, or can I cast a spell?
Let's see here. You can do whatever you want to try and get out of this.
I was literally just gonna fucking gaseous form myself.
Okay.
Just missed my way out of there, I guess. I don't know.
It suffocates the air.
All right. Well, you can. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
You okay? You cast gaseous form. Pop it up for me. All right. As soon as you like, what's the word here? So you're like in the middle of this. She's actually managed to get in front, sort of like looking at you, like staring you down, sort of thing. And you just like into smoke. Well, into gas. And you have a flying speed of 10 feet. You can be in and around other creatures, so like you're kind of within this snake at the same time as being around it. Yeah, and you just pass through it. What are you doing whilst you're a gaseous mist?
I'm literally just moving out the pit.
Yeah. So you just plop out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you turn back to your normal form?
Yeah.
Alright. Her eyes just like widen with an impressed look on her face. And she's like, oh, how exciting. Didn't know you could do magic like that.
What can I say? Full of surprises.
Perhaps I underestimated you. I think I should treat you. Maybe I should treat you.
Yeah, what was that prize?
How about this? I can treat you to you becoming my hero. How about that?
I thought it was going to be a grand prize, but sure.
Oh, it's
Why not?
even better.
What does being your hero entail?
Well, you see those lockboxes over there?
Mm-hmm.
You might notice that there's a hideous man-beast in there. But they're not a hideous man-beast at all. It's actually someone who I love very dearly, and if you can help them for me, then you would be my hero.
Sure. Why not? All for helping.
And the prize I will bestow upon you for that would be, a kiss?
Oh.
Or perhaps you'd rather
Listen,
spend a bit of
lady.
time with me and my snakes?
Listen, lady, that sounds lovely, and yes, you're very attractive, but there's another pretty elf girl I have my eye on, and no thank you, I guess.
Well,
That's not to say that I won't help.
I do have
but-
other rewards for you. Perhaps you're more interested in the snakes. If not,
Sure.
Snake?
if you're just a bit of a normal, she smiles at that. I do have this hat. She like rustles around in like the crap box of prizes, and she pulls out this hat, like whaps it open. It's like it looks like a sort of bowler hat. And she says, "This is a hat of endless rats."
Well,
Obviously,
that sounds fucking fantastic.
of course, my snakes need to be fed, but I do have plenty of these, as you can imagine. But yes, if you want a normal prize, then I suppose this could be it. What
Yes,
do you think?
agreed. I would love the hat. Yes, 100%. I'm so
Fantastic.
excited right now.
Oh, and I'm so very excited by you and your magical abilities. Now, my love, well, it's not my one and only, I have several, but he's called Raja Singh. He's locked away in one of those boxes. I love him so dearly, and I just want nothing more than for his affliction to be cured. So if you can skedaddle over there, sort him out, perhaps bring him to me. Oh, that would be lovely.
Wonderful. Holland, we've got a task.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, so as you sort of make your way over to the lockboxes, is there anything particular you want to chat about? For example, Gleam. As I sort out the meanwhile, because everyone heard you say that, Felix.
That,
Clapper Claw's like, ooh!
you're definitely susceptible to the odd elven girl.
I am. Yes.
Mhm.
Listen, it's a thing. I'm trying to deal with it in my head, but I don't know what to do.
Well, I think I know what she wants to do. She wants to KISSING in a tree.
Yes, Holland, expert of romance. Maybe that's the case, but I don't know. I'm conflicted at the minute. Got shit going on, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, back at the carnival, you know, a mermaid and a mime got married, and they had, you know, if they can do it.
I don't think it's a case of our compatibility race-wise. It's more, am I going to be here for much longer wise, if that makes sense. Not to put a downer on the situation. You know I love to be positive, but
Well, you could just say like, "Oh, Gleam, it's me, big strong Felix. Listen, I can't always control when I'm around, but the times that I am around, oh, I love to be in love with you." And she'll think you're like a romantic adventurer.
yeah. But I really like her, and I wouldn't want to not be there, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'll ever come back, and I wouldn't want to just leave her in the dust. So if I can somehow figure out, even after 16 years of me bouncing uncontrollably, how to control it, then yeah, sure. But until then, I don't really know what to do. I generally, I've been lots of places, and I never stay long enough to make friends, and I never stay long enough to really be anything but sort of a passing thought where people think, was that a dream? That weird blue guy? So I try not to get attached to people, and it's been difficult because this is the longest I've stayed in one place. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. Trying not to get attached, but getting attached. But not just Gleam, everyone else.
I can see why that would be scary.
It is a little bit scary.
I suppose when you think about it, we're all on a time limit. Let's just get real morbid. We're all gonna die. That doesn't mean I don't cherish every second I get with my friends and my family. Maybe.
Yeah, but the difference is, I think, that you know for as long as you live, you'll be with your family. There's just the kind of what if Felix is here and what if Felix never comes back kind of thing. This is a very sad conversation for me to have with you. You were a child 5 minutes ago. So, you know.
A child 5 minutes from now at the rate we're going.
Exactly. So maybe this isn't the conversation to be having with you. It's a little sad.
Your
Sorry.
ears got bigger while we were talking.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. That's another thing. That's another thing for me to deal with now.
Meanwhile, in ye olde Mother Horn, the Horn Mother, Flopsy, you enter this room, and with these bastards, Skek, Mr. Witch, Mr. Light, come into this room, and you see that it's just like sparsely furnished guest room attached to a stone balcony. So this sort of door here is like swinging backwards and forwards in the wind. This isn't there, so ignore that. But you see that it's empty save for a few like bits of items that seem to have been left behind in some sort of rush. These items are a very good thimble, a mug of bumblebeer, duskmellow pie, a bundle of dry wood, like loads of paper and just like ink pens dotted about. You also see that there's like a half-drawn picture of Endelyn Moongrave, which seems to have been like disregarded and like sort of as if someone's dropped it and ran away. And a sort of monocle which is in the shape of a crescent moon, so it's like you can only see it if you turn it like on its bottom, so that it's like a literal half moon spectacle, but like for one eye. That's just the sort of shit you find lying around the room. And if you remember, this is like similar shit that what Charm's sort of sorry, not Charm, the two Darklings in the weather balloon were selling back in Downfall, but it seems that they've hightailed it out of here after hearing about after finding out that there's been a huge battle and stuff. So maybe they left during the battle.
Okay, well, it doesn't seem like there's a portal anywhere in here, but some of these things could be quite useful. I'm going to pick up the paper and ink pens, because they might come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you typing what else there was in the room? Yeah, cool, thanks.
There you go.
I don't know what dusk mallow is, but this pie seems very interesting, so I'm going to give it a sniff.
Mr. Witch is like, Duskmellow's, it's like something from the Shadowfell. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's a bit bitter, but it's just one of the sweeter things that you can find in the Shadowfell. Squishy.
Would you recommend it?
I mean, it's nice. It's not like horrible.
Well, I suppose we could all have a slice while we look around and find where to go. I'm going to divide up the pie amongst everyone in the room.
You eat it, and it's like as if marshmallow had like charcoal in it. So it's got like a bit of a like weird taste, but it's fine. You know what I mean? It's just food.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nothing special about it.
I will turn the half moon monocle with my other hand while I stuff my face with pie with one hand. And I will put the monocle to my eye and look at Mr. Light.
You find suddenly that you can see the entire room in full brightness. It gives you dark vision.
Oh, goodness.
120 feet, but you have to have your hand to use it. Like, the monocle doesn't really stay on unless you, like, strap it to your eye or whatever, but you can only really see through one eye. You know what I mean? Like, when you've got it on.
Yeah.
So you've got to, like, hold it up, like the ghost key sort of thing. But it's just dark vision.
Oh, well, this could also come in handy. If you guys keep the torch, I should be able to walk around with this and see where we're going.
Mr. Latch is like, yes, but where's the portal?
Well, I don't think it's in here, and it seems to be quite a dead end, because coming out here, it's just fresh air again. What's down, like, what can I see past the balcony? Is it just sheer drop? Or
It's a sheer drop, yeah, but there is a balcony beneath, the one that Holland went into in the first place. And then obviously below that is just like the ground. You can't see much further because obviously it's foggy down there. Yeah.
Right, well, I suppose this was kind of a dead end. But we all had a lovely bit of pie, so we can't complain. On to the next place?
Yes, but where is the next place? You don't even know where we're going, Flopsy. You come back sort of into the Ore area, which is here. Archie and Octavia, you went back into this room, right?
Yeah,
What have you been up to?
well, I'll tell you what. No, actually, we go into this room, and Archie turns to Octavia and is like, hey, I just wanted to, like, talk.
Yeah?
Are you okay?
Kind of. I mean, like, I'm not like... I don't feel like... I still feel kind of hot. But like, you know, other than that, I'm as good as I can be. I still feel a bit freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't had a chance to talk in, like, ages. I mean, obviously we've spoken, but, like, you know, like a proper conversation.
Yeah. Seems like one thing after another, doesn't it?
Right, but I mean, I think, well, well, I was about to say I think now that we've taken care of the hags, but now we've got, I don't know, the male hags, the mags to deal with. Um, Jeez.
Wait, you mean Witch and Light?
Right.
You think
I mean,
they're...
they're not as bad as hags, but I mean,
I was gonna say, I thought you meant they were like hags in disguise.
oh goodness, could you imagine?
That would be crazy.
No, but I think they're like, well, anyway, what I meant to ask is I noticed you And Octavia, well, you are Octavia, but I noticed that you and Gleam are getting along now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice because I, was feeling a little shitty. I thought she like hated me and stuff, but she told me all about her sister. Her sister was a bit mean to her and stuff. And she kind of explained why she was kind of ragging on me about my confidence and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
I used to really think that Gleam was like nasty. But I mean, she's changed a lot, and like for the better. Um, and like, now that I've met her sister, goodness.
Yeah, she's a bit insufferable.
Right.
Like, yeah, I mean, I remember I was talking to her in that Corrid place, one of the camps that we went to, and I did say like, I did ask her if she liked me. um, I was like, do you think I'm like useless? And she said like not really, but I wasn't really doing much, and I was like, do I have to do a lot more? Like, what do I have to do? And she was just like, well, don't make like everything seem like it's just like revolving around your lack of confidence or something. She didn't say it like that, but it was kind of, like if I do a mistake, I don't have to always be like, oh my gosh, I'm awful and stuff. Like she's like, oh, mistakes happen, and she's like, it's a good job that I just do shooting like bow and arrow stuff, because like if I was like making mistakes, if like say if I had like an axe or something, I'd be like making a close up mistakes and I could get my head like knocked off. So she's like, it's a good
Right.
job you're far away. So
Yeah, and you know what? Like maybe you'll miss an arrow shot or, whatever, but you've never shot any of your friends, so that's like,
no, yeah,
you know,
I'm not that bad.
well, sometimes, people are pretty good at dodging, and that's just a thing. But how are you feeling, like, confidence-wise?
I don't know. Um, I don't know. I just kind of put it away in my head. I don't like actively think about it as much anymore.
Hmm. What, kind of like a fake it till you make it?
Maybe, or just like listen to what people say and do whatever they do. Um,
Well, I think it's really important to, like, you know, let yourself feel and be emotional. Like, I mean, obviously, Mr. Light gets on my nerves, but I, I'm glad that he's expressing his emotions. Um, Although, I mean, it kind of sounds like, well, maybe from what like I know of like Flopsy and how he's always acted, maybe like Flopsy's so like make people happy because maybe like Mr. Light shares his emotions so much that it has like an impact on people. Uh, But like that's an excess. I think I think people are allowed to talk about how they feel.
hmm.
Um, so with that being said, how do you feel?
uh, I, I, I feel. I mean, I, I killed someone in that fight, and like before all this, I wasn't really used to doing that. So I've been thinking a little. I mean, it's a bit weird, right? Like it's. I mean, I know it's just like red caps and whatever, all that kind of stuff. But like, I I don't know. It's just like it's intense. That's it. That's it. It's intense, and I don't know. I don't think I really let myself think about it that much. I just, get on with it.
Right, but I guess, I mean, I guess like, even though they are red caps, they're still people. They're still bad people. I guess like the hope is that we fight so that we one day never have to, Like, except maybe if like a giant snake comes out and tries to eat you, in which case, that's just like survival. Um, but I think I think well, I mean, you don't ever have to like fight things if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for it to be over, I guess. Like,
Mhm. Well, I mean, think about how it would be when it is over, and like I guess we'll get like a tree house. Maybe we can live in Little Oak, and you can start like a little doll making business. And we'll have to get you some new doll eyes, after Aerith smashed all of them. Um, and you can make like loads of dolls and loads of really cool things.
she just like sort of smiles and she's like, I know you're trying to make me feel good about all this, but like, you also don't have to do that. Like, like me being happy or whatever is not like your responsibility. So you don't have to try and reassure me that, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do all this. I know. And I know that like whatever it is we do, we're like, we're a team, like all of us. We can get through this, and I trust that. I have like my hope in my heart, sort of thing. Like, you don't have to feel like responsible, or you don't have to like give me an allowance to whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we're just
I'm
existing together, I guess, and then
right.
you know
Yeah, sorry if I'm being like awkward or something.
no, it's all right. We've been through like a lot of weird shit together. It kind of sometimes feels like when you get all deep like this, it feels like we're like gonna do something super big and then we'll never see each other again or something. So like,
Gosh.
like when someone's like, oh, think of the good stuff that's gonna come up at the end of it. It's like, why?
Right.
Why is it gonna be some real bad that's gonna happen to me or something? Like, it's kind of
Oh my
scary.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just meant now that we're over the hurdle, we can make plans and stuff. But
I mean, I'm not even thinking about it really. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm just we've both been through a lot of shit, and I think we're both kind of tired too. So you don't have to worry about it. Like, I'm okay, and I mean, I hope you're okay. You kind of giving me the impression that you might not be.
oh
You're like
yeah, no,
worrying and fretting a lot.
well, that's me. I worry about everything. Um, but I think that things will work out fine. And I have a gift for you as well.
Really?
Right. I mean, it's no jar of eyes, but I mean, I've been holding on to these loose buttons of various shapes, and I guess those could be like eyes.
She like picks them up and like looks at them all, inspects them all. And she's like, She like holds one up to your eyes, and she like shimmers it a little bit. It's kind of a bit like a shell looking shiny one.
Mm.
And she's like, yeah, this is kind of a match. Like that, yeah, that one, yeah. And then she like finds another one. They're kind of like a little bit different coloured. Yeah, these look right. Well, I'll make a
Smiles.
I'll make a present for you when I get the time.
I'll look forward to it. But I guess we should go find Flopsy and Skek. Flopsy and Skek.
Flopsy and Skek and Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Flopsy, which direction would you have gone in this place? Because you've not been down those stairs yet.
I think I was about to say I'll go down the stairs, but right now all I'm thinking is Flopsy and Skek to the tune of Rosie and Jim. Thanks, guys.
Flopsy and Skek. Flopsy and Skek.
Yes, come on,
Travelling
guys.
down these stairs.
We haven't been down the stairs yet, so everybody this way.
All right.
Flopsy and Skek. Flopsy and Skek. Sorry, Skek. It's really wormed its way in there.
Skek's just like, you're kind of a bit of a nerd, aren't you?
I don't really know what you mean. And I just start whistling the same tune.
You walk into this library area. You see Agden and Ooglay sort of chilling, and like Agden's got like the joy gun, and he's like, every time Ooglay looks a bit annoyed, he like pops it off a little bit, and Ooglay like actually rears like back and sort of like double taps his feet on the ground, like as if he's got the little tappies, like the little zoomy tappies. And this dog is like, "Row," just like having a grand time, running around, chasing its tail and everything. But Ooglay's synthetic joy is definitely apparent here, and you can tell it's from this gun. But like, he's been popping that gun off quite a lot. You can see that he might be overusing it a little bit. Glister's looking through the books and everything. Gleam's sort of trying to stay away from her because she's being a bitch. And Al comes over to you, and he's like, "Oh, hello there. We've just been speaking to Holland and Felix and Clapperclaw, I think, that little scarecrow boy."
Oh, they've already made their way through this section of the castle.
Yes, they came through here, and then when they went back up at the stairs again, I don't know if you passed them, but
that's funny. I didn't see them up there.
Oh, strange.
They must have carried on going round a different way. Maybe they're on a balcony or something.
Perhaps. But anyway, I did warn them, and they did listen to my warnings. Do not go in there, as I'm telling you now. There are ghosts abound.
There are ghosts in there?
Scary, shadowy ghosts in there. Yes, be careful. Gleam does overhear that for a second. She comes over, and she's like, "Shadows?" And Al's like, "Well, that's what I think they were, but they were probably ghosts or some wraiths or something else freakish." So I was like, "Oh, best not go in there." And Gleam's like, looks at you, Flopsy, and she's like, "Oh, hi. I wonder if that's where my shadow is."
Well, I was under the impression that we had no more threats in this castle, so if it's a ghost, then we should take care of it now, and if it's your shadow, even better. I'll lead the way, I guess. Mr. Witch, Mr. Light, I don't think you're exactly well versed in the things that we've had to do over the last little while, so Light, Witch, this is Agden. Agden, it's such a pleasure to see you again. I'm gonna go and like pat Agden on the shoulder.
Agden literally looks like he's like on cocaine or something. Like his eyes are just wide, and he's like, "Yeah, you're all right. Yeah, hi, Flopsy. We've got Ooglay's over here. We've got his dog." He's just like off his tits on joy, like he's masking all this grief now. He's got to a point where he's been shooting that gun off a bit too much, and he looks wired. Like, so what you up to? Anything interesting?
Yes, we're looking for a way out of here and a way back to our carnival.
Yep. Have you tried the front door?
Not yet, Agden. No. I was wondering if you could keep an eye on my friends while we go and sort out the ghosts and ghoulies in the other room.
Yep. I can do that. I can entertain all of you. Come over here. Hey, look at this. Bang. and then Mr. Light's just like, whoa. I feel absolutely splendid. Oh, everyone, he stands on this table. He's like, and I've got a performance for you. And he's gonna just fucking start tap dancing on this table. Mr. Witch, like, smiling in the background. And Agden sort of jumping around like an idiot. And Gleam caught back end of that. And she's just like, that was interesting. That feels invigorating. And Agden's like, come on, everyone, hey! And he starts tap dancing along with Mr. Light, and Al's just cheerfully watching along.
Flopsy's gaze lingers on Agden as he runs around, whilst I look up the logistics of something. Yeah, I can do it. Flopsy's gonna walk back up to Agden after he's like bouncing around. So as Agden's running around, he would like bounce into the brick wall of Flopsy, who's appeared behind him.
Mm.
Oh, all right, Governor.
Hello. Hello there, Governor. I just wanted to ask you. It's been a while since we were here, hasn't it? We went through a portal.
Yep.
Could you tell me how long it's been?
Well, last I checked, if I just check my calendar, my watch, I don't even have a watch. Sundial. Been about 10 days.
10 days? Agden, I hope you don't mind me asking, have you slept in those 10 days?
Yeah, of course I've curled upon a floor, I've curled upon a chair, I fell asleep in the day, I fell asleep in the night. Who's counting? Who's watching? As soon as I wake up, though, bang, poof, and then you get hit with the joy gun too.
A smile creeps its way from Flopsy's mouth all the way up to his eyes, and his whole face kind of lights up as if it's like rising from his chin to his ears. Thank you, Agden. That's quite refreshing. I want to give you something in return, and Flopsy's gonna give Agden a big hug.
He feels stiff at that, like as if he's so wired and he's like full of caffeine or whatever, and he's just like, I just want to get on with whatever he's doing. So you feel that in his body, like that.
Flopsy's going to reach into his pocket as he pulls away from the hug and present a cupcake to Agden. And here, you look as if you could do with something good to eat.
Lovely. He just downs it straight away, like coughs a bit.
It's the potion cupcake, and it's got a potion of sleep in it.
He just is like, thanks very much, and just keels over onto the ground. And like Mr. Light's like, oh, that can't be. No. He's supposed to stay awake and watch my performance. And he's like gonna drag him onto this chair. It's like tap him on the face.
Mr. Light, don't shake him too much. He's been through a lot.
Oh, boring.
It might be he's sacrificed a lot for us and for you. I'm not quite sure how to
Yes.
What? Help him through yet.
Whatever. Anyway, other audiences, please. And he just fucking ignores you. He don't give a shit. He's off his tits as well. Like if you hop a jig on there, fucking Mr. Light, that's it. He's off his tits.
At least he's distracted enough. Gleam, are you ready to enter into the scary door?
Better time than now, I guess. She's gonna open the curtain. Meanwhile, beepity boppity boop. Over in the spooky carnival, we have.
Hey, that's us. Bloody door.
You guys approach these lock boxes. Now, as you do, you see. Oh, let me just get the camera right. You get a full look at all these creatures that are in here, right? And not only that, there's a lady too. So let me just introduce you to all this shit. So even from a distance, you smell the scent of blood and like wet fur, and hear the rattling of metal chains. And as you round the corner, you see like this pale vampire lady, and you see that she's like shackled to a giant stake that's like stuck in the ground, and her like blood-stained mouth like is like opening wild as she's wailing, like sort of. She's like, tremble in terror at the sight of these terrifying terrors.
Even I, a real vampire, am frightened to lead you through this maze of terror.
A lot of terrors in that sentence.
It is so terrifying, don't you think? Ha ha ha. You see that protruding from her back, she's got these huge, massive black leathery wings, just like bat wings, like sort of flapping about. Just softly flapping, she's not trying to fly or anything.
Well, what do we have here?
She shows you around and she says, well, ha ha ha, we have in this one terrifying two-headed death dog. It's, you see it in its cage, like chowing down on like some bones, like really hungrily, with like massive thick saliva trailing out of both of its mouths. She says, and over here, the most frightening creature on any plane of existence, an innocuous treasure chest. Ha 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 ha. You see on the treasure chest there's a plaque on top that says "Open me." No, over here, like she tries to like fly up here, and like a stake like stops, like you know what I mean. But she gets this far, points at this creature, and she's like, "The terrifying hook horror." And you see this thing is like it's hanging from the roof of the cage by its like hooked feet, and it's like striking the hooks against the bars repeatedly, like patting down or whatever. So it's like tapping its hooks along, like you know what I mean. And perhaps the most terrifying of them all. She comes over here to this one. And she says, I can't pronounce this. This is the... Oh, I can't say that word.
What is it? Binocular?
Hey. Otyugh. So it's... How the fuck do you pronounce this, guys? Help me out.
Otyugh.
The terrifying Otyugh. I hardly know her. And hey... But the most ferocious of all of them is the hideous man-beast. And then you look at this cage. It's just a were-tiger. Like, he's just stood there. Like, he... Like, is just staring out, looking pretty normal. Raja Singh. The hideous man-beast. All of them are sort of like growling around in the cages except Raja, who's just standing there. She steps away from him because she actually looks genuinely nervous of Raja.
Well, Felix is thrilled at the sight of the death dog, obviously. Have you got two heads? Have you got two heads? Have you? Have you?
The death dog looks up at you with all of its 4 eyes and like growls deeply, saliva trailing out of its mouth. It looks fucking rabid.
Oh, you are not as cute as my death dog.
She's like, "Oh, you have your own death dog?
I have my own death dog.
Well, please be sure to keep it on a leash." She looks around scared.
Don't worry, he's chilling eating some salted meat elsewhere. Anyway. Where Tiger Man?
As you approach this were-tiger, you see that his eyes are so piercing, like yellow piercing eyes. He looks straight at you, and even as you approach, he maintains like full eye contact with you. And as you do, this vampire lady, she's like, "Now don't get too close. It's the most ravenous beast in all of the lockboxes." He just looks ahead at you.
We're here on behalf of Snake Lady.
When he hears Snake Lady, he like leans closer to the bars, but you still get this presence of like this. He's got like a strong, big sort of like if he's the only one out of all of these creatures that's stoic, it seems as though like he's probably quite like strong and powerful. You know what I mean? But he does like lean towards. When you say that towards you, I guess you'd probably be standing like next to him. And he says, "You've spoken to Selisa."
Yes.
He glances his eyes over at the vampire woman, and he's like, "Do you know any other languages?"
All of them.
He looks over at you and he starts to speak in Undercommon to you. And he says, "Good, good. You need to get me out of here."
And how do you propose we do that?
And you have to convince her that I'm not going to kill anyone. And here's the thing. I've been afflicted by a horrible curse. That when the full moon shines, I turn into one of the most ugly, disgusting creatures I've ever laid eyes upon. A drow.
Damn.
The thing is that my drow form is not very personable. He's murderous, and has a little thing for poison. I've been caught several times trying to poison everyone in this carnival, and it's not exactly like I can help it. I don't know what's happening when the full moon is in the air. I don't remember it. But I've been told.
Okay, so how are we meant to convince her that you're not going to murder someone if you're going to murder someone? Any ideas?
Well, I'm not sure about that one. I've tried to speak to them. They won't listen to me. They say, yes, you might be quite polite as a were-tiger, but when you are a drow, we don't know what you're gonna do. So it's safer to keep me in here, apparently. I just want to be with Selisa.
Well, why can't they just lock you up when you're a drow? This seems a little overkill,
Don't know.
right?
Exactly. I think it's prejudice, if you ask me.
Would you be willing to be locked up as a drow? And just then?
I would rather be free. I would rather be back in my real form. I'm not supposed to be this way.
I can't say I know how to cure nighttime drowsiness.
Oh, got you there.
I do believe
Holland,
it is,
darling, dearest, any ideas?
it is probably a curse.
Well, I haven't heard any of this, so I think we should just let this nice tiger man out.
Okay, so Holland, basically, he turns into this terrible, disgusting creature.
Excuse me.
No.
Please, I now am aware that you have been trying to communicate with this terrifying creature.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I advise you to step away from the boxes now, please, before I drink your blood.
We're stepping away. We're stepping away.
Yes, get out of here.
Holland, reconvene with me elsewhere.
Scatter!
I will be keeping my eyes on you.
Can't keep her eyes on him forever. Anyway. So this guy, he's just a were-tiger, right? But under the light of a full moon or whatever the fuck it is, he turns into a terrible, disgusting creature. A drow. But this drow is very murderous, apparently, and he goes around trying to poison people or something. And he knows this, and he's aware of this. But they keep him locked up all day, every day, because he's dangerous. And I said, well, why can't they just lock you up when you are drowned? He was like, I don't know. And I was like, but basically he wants to cure the curse that's on him. And that's the end of the story. And now that lady knows we've been talking to him.
Conspiring.
Hmm.
What do we do with a guy who keeps trying to poison everyone?
Do you know anything about curses?
I know. I mean, curses is kind of Flopsy's forte. I guess I know about, like, diseases and poison.
I thought you were going to say curses is curses.
Curses is curses. Sometimes a curse is kind of just a curse.
Well, this is complicated. Maybe we should get back to this guy at a later date.
Could we not like distract her and then like one of us like picks the lock and scurries off real fast?
Yeah, but the murderous drow thing would kind of be on my mind. You know what I mean? Like, it's all well and good if he's reunited with his lover who has multiple other lovers and stuff, but when he murders her as a drow, we've kind of just made things worse, haven't we? So it's either leave him in there, set him free to murder people, or I don't know what the third option is.
The snakes could hold him.
Yeah. Snakes can be poisoned too.
Maybe they should just stop having poison in this carnival.
I know. If they just could not let him have access to poison, I guess. Dodgy Mo, do you have any ideas? There's an awkward silence.
Yeah. Clapperclaw's like
really long silence.
Clapperclaw's like, well, he looks up at the sky. Well, there's not a full moon out tonight, so I don't know if he's gonna, he won't turn into something now, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe
How are we gonna get him out?
we can let them like run away together or something. Sorry, I found some ham. I'm chewing on this ham. Excuse me if my mouth is full. Yeah, maybe they want to run away together or something. Oh yeah, but what if he kills her?
Yeah, I don't think she wants to leave her numerous lovers behind.
Have you asked her?
Yeah, okay. Back over to this lady. Lady?
My name is Selisa, but okay, hi.
Talisa, whatever. I'm not good with names. So your guy over there, whose name I also can't remember.
Oh, Raja?
Ardizzle, then we'll call him. Right. What do you want us to do? Because obviously the whole murderous in the night drow thing, it's not good. I don't think we can cure. Neither of us have the capability to cure a curse, really. Dodgy Mo probably does, but he's not talking at the minute. And honestly, sometimes you just cannot get through to that chicken. So, what are your plans? Are you gonna run away with him, or did you just want us to try and somehow miraculously cure the curse, or what?
Well, my dream would be just let him be free to cure his affliction, and then he can be a tiger again with me, and I can be a snake again. Oh,
Okay.
I didn't tell you. I thought it was irrelevant, but he's neither a were-tiger nor a drow. In fact, he's a tiger. And I am in fact a snake.
That's weird. Okay.
Do you think?
Yeah, the whole... a little, yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry,
It's an
I'm
odd
a mermaid mime, so...
It's an odd combination, but love prevails or whatever. Holland, reconvene with me over here.
Reconvene.
Right. So, this has thrown a big spanner in the works, if you get what I mean. Because now, I feel like we're going a bit back and forth on this.
Mm.
And neither of us know anything about curses, really.
Speaking of, as you're speaking, Holland, would you like to describe how you fully transform?
Oh shit. I just as you looking at him, even though you're looking directly at him to talk to him, you can't quite focus on him. It's almost like you've forgotten where his eyes are as he morphs back against this hole, and it's almost like he's just not there anymore, as though he's disappeared into the shadows.
Ooh.
Holland?
Yeah?
Oh. Where? What? Huh?
What's
I thought
up?
you did a me. I thought you disappeared. You've
No,
disappeared.
I'm right here.
You just ominously shimmied back into the shadows there. What's going on? You look like you had a hole on you before, but now you look like you're not there. That changed quickly.
Oh gosh.
And Felix, can you describe your full transformation, please? I don't know if you check in Cast General, but please do, because I really want you to get that in.
Oh god.
So if you make the pictures bigger...
Checking what?
Cast General, basically make those pictures bigger, right click on them, click save. It'll save the PNG, and then go on to the link that I've just posted underneath, and just literally replace the PNG with it. But Holland, do you do that whilst Felix is describing the transformation?
How do I even describe this transformation?
How do
This is
you?
the goofiest. This is the goofiest shit ever. His little hairy nubs that were kind of ears are bigger ears now, I guess. His fangs are bigger fangs. Going off the picture, there's not that much different, is there? He's got little raccoon tails in his ears now. In his ears and his hair now. And looks somewhat similar to a raccoon. Tell you what he looks like. He looks like he's about to root through some bins.
Hey. Oh wait, maybe I
Who's
can
that
do
in your
this.
back garden at middle at night? It's Felix.
Hey. I think I might be able to do this, you know. Okay. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves and I can do this for you, I think, so don't worry.
Oh, right.
I've got this. Yeah. Anyway, RP amongst yourselves for a second whilst I get these in.
Are you sure that were-tiger's not infectious?
Hey.
Why?
You're looking a bit mammally.
Mammally?
Yeah, you know, you got like...
Have those stupid ears gotten bigger?
I'm gonna bring the glass slipper up so you can look at the reflection.
What the hell? Well, this is not what I wanted. Well, we definitely can't act like we've not been here, because if we were just looking around for a portal, I don't think we would have changed this much, so we've got some explaining to do when we get back, it seems.
Maybe they won't notice.
You believe that, bud. You believe that, bud.
Maybe they won't know.
I'll let you believe that. But when your own father looks you in your black, dark-ass eyes, then he might notice that you've changed just a little bit. Oh my god. What about Clapperclaw? How big is his head now?
What about Dodgy Mo?
Dodgy Mo's been fine this whole time, so if you want to describe any like dodgier things that aren't actually real, but Clapperclaw's like horns have begun to like grow out and coil a little bit and become super duper sharp, like on the edges, on the points. It's as though his skull shape has changed shape into something like a ramming beast. Instead of the horns pointing outwards, they're pointing forwards now. It's literally just his head that's affected and nothing else. It's wide enough now that if you tried to walk straight through a doorway, it'd like catch on each side.
Oh god. Dodgymore has changed. Dodgymore has now got a crudely drawn bad mustache. And that's what's happened to him. Makes him look dodgier, obviously.
Oh, he does look dodgier.
Suspicious mustache.
Yeah. Just when you think he couldn't get any more dodgy, Dodgymore now has a really bad mustache. That picture of it, that icon, his beak looks phallic.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
That's why he's dodgy. That's where it all started.
Yeah, that's why. Let's get this new. Let's get the new Holland and no, get the new icons on. We're gonna get these on. Anyway, so yeah, you're still talking.
Anyway,
maybe we could like buy some paint here and like paint me back to the right color and paint your ears We can contour them.
Mhm.
Good idea. Let's see if we can buy some paint, I guess. And I'll just tell everyone that my wisdom teeth came through, and that's why all my teeth have been like pushed to the front, and that's why they look bigger now. I'm dribbling a little bit when I talk. I'm not used to this.
Hey. That's a dark Holland.
Go for them.
Goth bitch. And Felix. I'm just trying to get Felix in. Oh my goodness.
Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it?
We started from the bottom and ended up with an emo and a furry.
Well, I mean,
Here we are.
here we are. Emo and a furry.
Started as a furry and an emo, and now we're an emo and a furry.
Oh my god, you've swapped places. That's crazy. Let's have a look here. Raccoon Felix is coming out. So yeah, Felix has turned into a were-raccoon. As raccoonish as you could possibly make. Someone who's halfway between a raccoon and an air genasi. And Holland has become one with the shadows. A noob said I bought Holland, which is completely just his entire body is just straight up night, coal black, from top to bottom. His outfit, his mace, everything, except the pendant of Lyra. And you might also be wondering as well if in the art there you see that he's got a little orange eye, like in the iris. That's not always there. It's usually always black. So I'm just gonna get little Felix out. There you are, Felix.
That's just the way the light's shining on it. Oh, look at Felix!
There he is.
This is the stupidest shit you ever did see.
There you go.
Oh.
And Clapperclaw's like, wow, you both look so cool.
You look so tough.
Yeah, I want to ram something with my horns. I get the feeling that I just want to like headbutt something, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Maybe I could headbutt that scary vampire lady.
You can give it a go.
Really?
Hit dodgy Mo on your way over.
Right.
Maybe I could headbutt Dodgy Mo.
no thank you.
Alright. But I can headbutt that vampire lady?
Not right now, when we're leaving.
Yeah, we'll do it
Just in case.
You need to run.
Alright.
That's the finale.
Okay.
We're gonna get some paint. That's what we're gonna do.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is just really quickly leave you guys there. Hop on over to Motherhorn just for a hot second before we end the session. Where are we at Motherhorn? Motherhorn.
Need to wrap up the plot events.
Well, here's the thing. Flopsy and Gleam have just gone behind this here. Where are you guys? There you are. This here, what's it called? Curtain. Flopsy. Oh my god, the amount of clicking I've been doing. I swear to god. There we are. That's not correct. That's correct. Okay. So you walk into this sort of corridor. You've not been in here, have you?
Not yet, no. If it's as dark as this, I'll be having the half-moon monocle at my eye.
Yeah. You see that these what they're called, almost like barriers in the way to sort of make sure that the area is like kept dark, like these like wooden backdrops that are like 10 feet in between each other. They're sort of painted to look like library bookshelves. Yeah, The first one's painted to look like a library bookshelf. The second one is painted to look like a raging sea, and the third one, so as you're walking through these panels, the third one's painted to look like a moonlit graveyard. And yeah,
That's very inviting.
Okay. As you get to here, will you make me a dex save?
I very much shall. Lucky footwork, I can add a d4 to that as well. Would I need to?
No, you're absolutely fine. You don't even notice anything as you're walking along.
Everything seems fine. You can follow Gleam.
Oh no, did you take away the 2d6s?
I did not. Yes, that is a
So
thing.
add
that's
it,
still
yeah, add
important.
it first, and then.
Well, I'll do that first because I need to fail the roll in order to use Lucky Footwork.
Right, I see.
And I will do 1d4. So that is 10 altogether.
Yeah, you fall and literally straight through this fucking pit trap, and so does Gleam. Like, she just lands on top of you. And you literally fall 20 feet, so that's 2d6 bludgeoning. 7 for you, and 9 for Gleam. Jesus Christ. You just sort of tumble in there. 20 feet deep. And you are like prone on the ground. And you see, when you sort of come to and sit up a little bit, you see that you sat on top of some like dirt that's like quite loose. And you see a gravestone, like prop. It looks like made of wood but painted to look like stone. And written on it is Flopsy. And after like about a minute or so, it just changes to Gleam straight after. And she's like, oh gosh, that's horrid. Ew, oh, I feel like I'm being buried alive.
It's kind of funny though, isn't it? Like, we've already gotten rid of the threat of the castle. The hags are no longer here. So as a prop, it's quite scary at first, but also, ha 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 to them. I'm going to see if I can pick up the gravestone.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a prop. It's like a wooden. It's quite light as well.
I wonder if it'll change to anybody else's name, depending on who it's around. I don't know if I'll be able to climb out of here while carrying it, though, but I'm going to try.
I mean, it's 20 feet deep, so you find yourself, like, looking up at the entrance, at the beginning of the pit trap. Like, 20 feet is a long way. It's like a whole house worth of a ceiling, you know, like, 20 feet from, say like a ceiling in a room is about 15 foot tall, add another 5 foot to that. It's quite high.
What are the walls like? Are they, like,
Sheer
smooth
stone.
walls?
Yeah, stone. Gleam's like, I could try and give you a foot up, like a lift, if that would work. But you know that, like, even if she's like 5'7" or whatever, and you're whatever you are, like, you're just like feeling up the wall. Like, she'll give you a foot up, but then you know, you can't really quite reach the edge.
Yes, if you could give me a lift up, and then maybe if you hold your arm stable enough for me to jump off of you, I could jump up and then maybe let down some rope if I have any rope. I think I might have some rope. Okay, so new plan, I don't have any rope, but I can find something to send down for you.
Alright. Guess I'll wait here.
Flopsy's gonna try and, like, clamber onto Gleam.
Yeah, you can, like,
So it's
clamber onto
probably
her.
not gonna be very graceful.
She's, like, pushing you up with all of her strength. She's gonna do a check. Obviously, she's gonna take off all that shit.
Am I able to
Yeah, she can't.
rabbit hop?
Yeah,
Oh,
she can't lift you,
herself.
no.
Okay.
Because what can you do? Rabbit hop 15 feet?
15 feet, yeah, so I'd be 5 feet off. But if Gleam lifted me up, I would have been okay. Assuming that she's about 5 feet tall.
How tall are you?
I have to go to the bio section for that.
I think you're like 5'7".
I don't
No, you're
remember.
actually a bit tall, aren't you? Like you
5'9".
Right,
is what I've
okay.
got.
So I'd say you could probably bunny hop up 15 feet, and then like your base foot would be like at 15 feet height. If you can give me an athletics check to grasp onto the edge, DC being 12, you can get out.
I can try that.
That's a Nat One.
It's a natural one,
You've got
minus
that
2d6.
Yeah, and then you're gonna take another D6 as you fall. 3 bludgeoning as you fall back down.
At least I rolled a positive number.
Oh gosh, how are we gonna get out of here?
I feel like the best way of doing this might be to call for Archie for help. Is the bit that we're in like just 4 walls? There's nothing like leading off from this little pit.
No, it's literally just a
right?
pit.
Cool. Unless we get very good at digging.
And as you two are sort of sat at the bottom of this pit, you feel a breeze that sort of like surrounds the area, like sort of like a little waft that circles around in there, and like a little bit of light sort of shines into the area, and you see, like when you're looking up at the edge, it's like top of a dark head, sort of slowly revealing more of its face. You see, looking down into the pit at you with like sort of dead eyes, dead expression, Gleam, but the shadow version of her. You recognise it straight away from things that you should not look at in the carnival. She just sort of peeps down at you, like very curious, but also this like menacing stare. And I think that's where we're going to leave tonight's session. And Gleam's literally like, but yeah, that's where we'll leave it tonight.
Well, I'd be on the Witchlight Shadow Special.
The Shadow Special. Well. So you might have noticed that we've got a couple of different icons for Holland and Felix now. Yeah. Holland and Felix committing to the transformation of Noob Cybot Holland and Raccoon Felix.
How stupid.
How silly. But yeah, bloody Nora. Yeah, running 2 places at the same time is quite awkward, but hey, it's fine. We're getting on through. We'll see what happens next time, especially with that
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Nat Wannabes. Hey, these videos are posted on YouTube, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Unless you're already watching this on YouTube. Oh wait, no, not unless.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, still do that. But ignore the fact that we post these on YouTube. You already know. You already know it, baby.
And if you're in the server, you'll probably see the quotes will be going up from Lauren, I guess.
Yeah,
I know
so
that
join
Lauren
the server,
did take some fucking...
and you can see the quotes.
There you go.
And okay, and the Easter egg, because sure, we got an Easter egg. If this is your first time watching, you get an Easter egg at the end of each episode, and today's Easter egg is, well, Jenna said that Dodgimo was actually unaffected by the curse thinger. I wonder, what secret power does Dodgimo have that protects him from this all-encompassing magical force? Who is Dodgimo? What does he do? Find out next time.
Well, okay. Bye, everyone. Bye.